As election fever peaks in Chhattisgarh, remember 20 assembly seats in the state are set to vote tomorrow. A gaming app, the Mahadev app, has become the latest flashpoint between the BJP and the Congress. Top BJP leadership, including the Prime Minister, in the last few days have lashed out at the Congress party and particularly Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel for channeling funds through the app owners. Now, Congress has said that it will approach the Election Commission of India on the issue amid allegations of corruptions against its party leaders well ahead of polls. Meanwhile, Mr. Baghel has dismissed these allegations and has said that the issue was being raked up, keeping in mind the election in the state. 2 days ago, the Enforcement Directorate had said that it has recorded a statement of a cash courier who alleged that the promoters of the Mahadev betting app intended to pay rupees 5.39 crore to Mr. Baghel for the upcoming election expenses in the state of Chhattisgarh. Meanwhile, Minister of State for Information Technology Rajiv Chandrasekhar on Monday took a dig at Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel on the allegations that have been raised against him. He said that Mr. Baghel had the power to notify the centre about it, but he did not do so. He said that the Congress is now thanking the BJP because that is the party's new strategy. And this is what exactly the BJP did when the 2G scam was exposed. Now, they are caught in this too, and the scam went on for 1.5 years. This is what he said today. He also said that the CM did not alert the centre about this app, although it went on for 1.5 years. Several other states and individuals sent us these alerts and we blocked these apps based on these alerts. I don't understand why the case was dragged on for 1.5 years. It's very easy to point out a betting app. Only Mr. Baghel can tell us why he did not send a notification on this app. This is what the Minister of IT said today. Now, meanwhile, the centre has also issued blocking orders against 22 illegal betting apps and websites, which includes the Mahadev book online at the request of the Enforcement Directorate. Let's look at all the reactions on this story.
तो फिर कंप्लेन वगैरह भी होने लगा, तो फिर ऐसा हुआ कि अब प्रोटेक्शन का जब बहुत ज़रूरत था हमको, क्योंकि लड़के भी अंदर हो रहे थे कुछ कुछ। तो उसके बाद मुझे पता चला वर्मा जी के बारे में, साथ में लेके गए रायपुर। मैं बोला ठीक है मिलवा लो भैया, जिससे भी मिलवाना है। तो वो बोले कि वहाँ पर सीएम सर और बिट्टू भैया से हमारा मीटिंग हुआ। मैं सितंबर 2020 में दुबई आया। जैसा कि मेरा मीटिंग हुआ था सीएम साहब से, तो उन्होंने बोला था कि दुबई जाओ, अपना काम बढ़ाओ।
दूसरी बात यह है कि अभी तक संज्ञान क्यों नहीं लिए? जब इतनी बड़ी बात सारे मीडिया में आ चुका है, तो निर्वाचन आयोग को तो स्वयं संज्ञान लेना चाहिए। वैसे हमारे तरफ से कंप्लेन जाएगा। किसी की छवि खराब करने के लिए जिस प्रकार से प्रयास हो रहा है, उसमें कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, जबकि स्पष्ट निर्देश है निर्वाचन की जो नियमावली है कि उसमें इस प्रकार से जो एफआईआर होगा या कोई भी कार्रवाई होगी, उसका दुरुपयोग कोई व्यक्ति नहीं कर पाएगा, कोई राजनीतिक दल नहीं कर पाएगा। लेकिन इसका खुलेआम उल्लंघन हो रहा है, निर्वाचन आयोग को इसको देखना चाहिए।
छत्तीसगढ़ के मुख्यमंत्री भूपेश बघेल 508 करोड़ ले रहे हैं। किससे ले रहे हैं? एक क्रिमिनल एलिमेंट बैक्ड बेटिंग। मैं ये क्यों कह रहा हूं? क्योंकि आज के दिन में जो बेटिंग एप्स हैं, बेटिंग एजेंसियां हैं, वो इलीगल हैं और उसके बैक पीछे क्रिमिनल एलिमेंट्स होते हैं। तो एक तो इलेक्शन के लिए पैसा लेना, दूसरा इलेक्शन के लिए क्रिमिनल एलिमेंट से पैसा लेना, वो भूपेंद्र बघेल जी ने कल दिखा दिया है।
So Mahadev app is the latest flashpoint between the BJP and the Congress, and this is just one day before Chhattisgarh, 20 seats of Chhattisgarh go to polls tomorrow. We have Jitin Jain, who's a security expert, and also my colleague Arvind Gunasekar with us to help us understand this case better. Arvind, first to you. This Shubham Soni, who is saying that he is the actual owner of this app, has made some startling allegations against the Chief Minister. Tell us, what is the role that he plays in this case? Is he a key accused? And who is he? How is he central to this case?
Well, so that the Shubham Soni has put out a video wherein he is saying that he is the actual owner of Mahadev booking online betting app, and he has also claimed that through several conduits or several couriers, he has already paid over 500 crore to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel as protection money in this particular case. So that's his claim or allegation that he has made via video statement. Also, very importantly, this particular case started with the Chhattisgarh police registering an FIR over alleged irregularities in this particular app, and several such FIRs have also been registered in other states, including Visakhapatnam also. So, taking cognizance of FIRs that have been registered in Chhattisgarh, in Andhra Pradesh, and other states, the Enforcement Directorate has initiated a money laundering investigation. And during the course of the investigation, according to the Enforcement Directorate, acting on a specific intelligence, the agency intercepted a person named Asim Das, which, according to the Enforcement Directorate, he was a courier for the promoters of Mahadev online betting app. And during this particular search operation at his premises, the agency has seized almost 5 crore. That's led to that particular latest development led to this current flashpoint between BJP and Congress when it comes to this Mahadev online betting app. And very importantly, though this Shubham Soni is claiming that he is the real owner of this Mahadev online betting app, but whereas the charge sheet of the Enforcement Directorate says that the real owners or the promoters of this particular Mahadev online betting app, even according to the Enforcement Directorate's own charge sheet, is two individuals, one Saurabh Chandrakar and second one is Ravi Uppal. These two individuals are according to the Enforcement Directorate, are the faces behind the Mahadev online betting app, and both of them are in UAE. That's what the Enforcement Directorate investigation has revealed. But whereas this particular person, Shubham Soni, has claimed that he is the real owner, so that's part of the investigation that the Enforcement Directorate is still carrying out. Also, very importantly, one more important fact that has come to forefront as of this moment is the arrest of this particular Asim Das. So, though the Enforcement Directorate is claiming that he is a courier who was acting at the behest of the Mahadev online betting promoters to deliver cash to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel ahead of the Chhattisgarh Assembly elections, still the Enforcement Directorate has not revealed whether he was acting as a front for Shubham Soni or the promoters of Mahadev online betting app, that is Ravi Uppal and Saurabh Chandrakar, because that is also still under the investigation. Also, this particular claim of Shubham Soni that he has already paid in total almost 508 crore to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister is still very much part of the investigation, under investigation as per Enforcement Directorate.
Right, Arvind. Mr. Jain, how do you see this political war between the centre and state over this? Because my colleague Arvind just explained how this investigation has been, on for the last 1.5 years, and so many states and so many individuals have been involved in this. But when it comes to blocking of apps, does the centre have all the powers, or does it really have to depend on states to flag apps which have some concerns around them?
So there are two things. One is, of course, investigation about this proceeds of crime, the money trail, and the owners who have been running this illegal app. And you must know that this app has been operating across different states and multiple countries. And they are not only involved in betting, casinos, they are money laundering, running fake bank accounts, then transferring those money through those bank accounts into cryptocurrencies, and then laundering that money to Dubai and other countries. So it's been a massive racket. And as per ED report, the daily revenue of these apps is, turnover is 20,000 crores and 200 crores profit. So you are looking at a figure of 200 crores of profit every day. So you can imagine the size and scale of this, illegal apps. Now, see, Center has under the IT rules, under the Rule 69A, Center can block an app across India. They can write to Google, they can write to ISPs, they can block a website or an app. But that committee, which is constituted under 69A, is though it is from multiple ministries, the committee does not have any suo motu power. A recommendation has to either come from a central government ministry or a state government or any other PSU, whichever is investigating a particular case and wants a particular website to be blocked. In this case, when the Chhattisgarh government or the Chhattisgarh police were investigating the case, it is been told that there has been absolutely no recommendation from Chhattisgarh government to the Ministry of Electronics and IT under 69A rules recommending a ban on any app. Now, central government, in absence of any such recommendation from a state government, could not have banned anything. And that is, I think, the issue is all about. Right. Now, Mr. Bhupesh Baghel is saying that he has written some letter to Google. I don't know under what rules, maybe under Section 70B or something. But to ban an app or any illegal activity or a website link or any app across India at pan-India level, some state, the nodal officer has to recommend to the central government about specific websites and app to be banned on the national security grounds.
Right. Arvind, this is an interesting case because there's an app that is at the center of all these money laundering investigations. What does the PMLA say about this? Do we have to depend on IT Act? We hear of the center blocking many Chinese apps, every often. So when it came to this app, of course, there was a lot of time that was taken. Is it true that the investigation picked up only in the last few months?
Not exactly, Vasudha, because the Enforcement Directorate is probing the affairs of this Mahadev online betting app since early this year. In fact, they also conducted searches, attached some properties even in March this year. So that clearly shows that the Enforcement Directorate has taken cognizance of this particular case at least a year back, and then Enforcement Directorate is investigating this particular app. So if at all if the Enforcement Directorate has found that this particular app has been used wrongly, because they are investigating the Mahadev online betting app under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So in that particular case, even the Enforcement Directorate could have written to the central government. So even though the minister, the MOS of Information and Technology minister is stating that the Chhattisgarh government sat on the file, they did not send any recommendation to the IT ministry to ban this particular app. So the question should also go to the Enforcement Directorate, which is probing the same case. Why didn't the Enforcement Directorate write to the ministry asking for banning of this particular app? And that seems to be the question from the Congress side, also saying that because this is an election season, and that's why this is being politicized. But according to the Congress party, even the Enforcement Directorate could have written to the Ministry of IT and they could have banned the app. If the Enforcement Directorate itself has not done it, how can they put the blame only squarely on the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? Seems to be the question that we are hearing from the Congress party. But nevertheless, we have seen several such instances where the Ministry of INT, based on recommendation from several state government and also law enforcement agencies, even in the past also banned several such apps, including TikTok, including Cam Scanner. All these apps have been banned by the central government under the same provision, based on recommendation from central government organizations also. Even in this particular case, though as much as responsibility lies with the state government, same responsibility, equal responsibility also lies with the Enforcement Directorate also, because Enforcement Directorate is also probing this case.
Right. Mr. Jain, please tell us about the challenges that central agencies and even the government will have to face when it comes to an app being at the center of these money laundering allegations, because it is a unique case. Now, celebrities have also been questioned as witnesses. How do you see the magnitude of a case like this? And of course, there is no parallel to it. I don't remember seeing a case like this in the past. So how unique is this case, and what makes it interesting, and what are the challenges that agencies have to face?
Understand how the law operates. So even when the Chinese apps were banned, there was an MHA recommendation based on an IB report. So an investigative agency which was, investigating those apps, and that too in a wartime scenario where, a counter surveillance threat was there from China in a warlike situation. MHA had given a report, and based on that report, this multi-ministerial committee under 69A had taken an action. Now, in this case, I don't know if the ED is a designated agency. Not everybody can recommend a ban of an app. There are designated officers, there are designated agencies who can recommend an app. Definitely, and any state government agency, police or anyone has to come through a nodal officer. So in this case, yes, I agree with Arvind Gunasekara. Maybe if the multiple agencies are, investigating this, someone could have recommended this app. And as far as I'm told, I think some websites were banned last year. So these things coming up every time in a new investigation, new names pop up, and an investigating agency, whoever is investigating, and they found some new apps or these new names, have to recommend a ban. So I think there has definitely been a lapse on the part of Chhattisgarh government. But yes, government of India should have also, got some report from some other agency, because see, everybody in the, public knows that these apps have been mushrooming and operating in open daylight in hundreds of numbers. Everywhere across India, you'd see hundreds of Instagram ads, Facebook ads. They have been operating in broad daylight. So I'm sure many agencies would have been aware of this. But the ultimate responsibility of recommending a ban lied with the agency which was investigating, which in this case was Chhattisgarh police or the Chhattisgarh government.
Right. Thank
because
you,
central
Mr.
government
Jain.
does not have a suo motu power.
Right.